Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are past the noon hour. Welcome back to Chicago. Welcome to YouTube. We have a spectacular, ideal weather day. I mean, look at this. 80 degrees, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. We're spoiled this time of the year. It's the beginning of October. We've had a fantastic September. And now, even into the beginning of October, it still feels like summer. People are sitting out here at the Sweetwater having a nice meal. So since the weather's so nice, I'm going to use this opportunity. Hello, Tara. Hello, Valletta. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to use this opportunity to just do a very touristy cruise by the Chicago River. We'll just go to the north side and head past the Apple store. I'll head over towards Columbus, then we'll cross back south, head through Lakeshore East, the beautiful park over there, so we can angle over to Millennium Park. We'll enter through Maggie Daly Park, and then I'll cross the pedestrian bridge so we can get the nice skyline views with the severe clear, beautiful sky, and see what that looks like with the sunshine. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. I saw Marty's on TikTok, so I'm not going to compete with Marty on TikTok at lunch. We'll let people watch him. He does such a great job. And Marty Morora, they're in New York City, the Bronx. What is this? So, what is this? Champions, City of Chicago. They're setting up here. This is awesome. Look at this. They got a nice mural here. This is great. They're setting up some new shop here. I took a peek through the door there. Well, I'll keep you posted on what that becomes. There's always new shops starting up. It's good. 333 entry here. Jonathan, how's it going? Very lucky guy, yeah. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Mary Therese. Valletta. That's great, yeah. More okay, good. Marty Moore, good, I'll get it right. Thank you, thanks. I need all the pronunciation help I can get. Marty's such a great guy. Marty Moore, okay, good, there we go. I'll have to write that down, because sometimes he tunes in and then I'm like a jerk. I mispronounced his name, and I know my name gets mispronounced all the time too. That's why I spell it out R-E-A-L-L-Y. That's not the way it looks. My real last name. Here, look at the great view of the Chicago River we got here. Welcome to Michigan Avenue Bridge here, DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. Yeah, we still got the tour boats going. Look at these new murals we got, or the new banners we got here for the Potawatomi. And what a nice day. People are taking pictures here. We'll get out of their way so they can take a nice photo here. Yeah, he's always rambling about something. He sounds like me. You know, people sometimes, they write in the comments, they say, oh, here's Brian Really Chicago, the guy that just likes to hear himself talk. But I notice, you know, if I like a radio station, and Marty probably notices the same thing, if you keep a constant voiceover over whatever you're filming, people will tune in. And you know, I've tried silent walks or walks where I talk less, and people lose interest. You got to keep the constant voiceover, even if it is annoying. And I know I can become annoying, complaining on my little violin. Oh, woe is me. We got this beautiful weather here. as I walk through this beautiful city, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is a great privilege to be able to do this for you. And thanks, I appreciate it. Here's John Baptiste Point de Sable. We walked by this same spot this morning. The historic bridge house relief there. Here we'll go past the Apple store, and we're going to head this way. I'm going to head over towards the Columbus Avenue Bridge. But look at this beautiful sunshine hitting the Wrigley Building with the clock tower. We're here in the Pioneer Square. We got a bunch of people coming out of the Apple store. Wow, look at this. The crowds have returned to the Apple store at least. And yeah, not always with the smile. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Beautiful blue skies. Sharon, how's it going? Dolores, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, there's the Museum of Ice Cream. We go by that a lot. Look, here's a fall festival on Pioneer Court. Let's see what this is. 401. This used to be the Equitable Plaza here. Here, October 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. Food trucks. So they just have food trucks here. You know, they usually got some nice activities here. Look at that. So yeah, let's head over here. Let's check out this beautiful skyline. Oh, we got some boats going by right here. So yeah, we'll get this going by the Apple store and going under the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody sent me the video of the person doing donuts in front of the Chicago Theater, and they did a follow-up where they showed the police were right there with the lights on. So I'm sure in such a conspicuous spot, I'm sure they got the person that was doing donuts in front of the... I'm sure it was fun while it lasted. Good luck with your court costs there. But yeah, that was your one moment of glory there, doing donuts in front of the Chicago Theater. You're on candid camera there. They got your license plate number, I'm sure. And yeah, there's always something like that going on, street racing going on. Some people are like, Brian, why don't you film the street races in Chicago? I'm like, well, what message would that send? You know, I'm like, here I am. I know I jaywalk, I cross the street. You know, I do my share of questionable activity, but yeah, you know, that becomes selfish at some point. Look at that. See, we get this nice view. You can look right up. This is the Gleacher Center to the right, and we can look right up to the John Hancock here in this quarter. Hey, we got some balloons. Yeah, that's nice. So welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago River. We'll check out the boats here. Yeah, probably starting next week they'll start raising the bridges for the sailboats, so we'll keep you up to date on that. And yeah, I'm sure you'll run across it. Someone was doing donuts in front of on State Street in front of the Chicago Theater. It was a Chicago guy, a person, Chicago. I know the person. They post great content of Chicago. They sent me that on TikTok. I'll try to, maybe I could repost the thing. I don't know. But hey, there's a pigeon. How's it going? Yeah, fly away. And people are sitting here in the shade. Yeah, there's the view towards Streeterville there. And then if we walk over this way, we'll get the nice view to Lakeshore East. There you can see the John Hancock again lurking behind there in the background as we look north. Let me make sure I get the camera straight here. I'm always... Hey, isn't that nice? See it in landscape, 720p. You can fill up the screen. It looks nice on TV. I do prefer filming on YouTube. And as I was complaining about this morning, even with a higher resolution, I am able to maintain a better connectivity with YouTube than TikTok. Why is that? It's the same service provider. People always say, you know, They say I'm using Cricket. They say, but I think TikTok has something to do with it as well. So we got the glare of the sun, so it's hard for me to film this skyline. I guess that's the disadvantage of looking south here, but look back to there. We're on the north side of the river here, and you can see the Prudential over to the Aon, all the way over to the St. Regis. We'll go over to the Sheraton, and then we can look over here this way, and it's an equally impressive skyline looking straight towards Navy Pier, and we've walked over that way before. I apologize to the person that was watching the last time I walked down the Ogden Slip. I probably was complaining about TikTok, and they were like, oh, you did a nice walk there by the Ogden Slip, but you didn't say anything about it. I said, it's probably because I was distracted, but we talk about Ogden Slip a lot. And I'm gonna wait to cross the street here. We got 6 seconds here. Yeah, there's that walk along Illinois. You go by the theater, and you can head right over to Navy Pier that way. Here's the Lowe's, Sheraton. Hey, we crossed the street here, so we can get to this side of the street, and we can check out the view as we walk across the Columbus Bridge here. Well, there, Columbus becomes Fairbanks as you head north into Streeterville. We'll cross these. We're going to circle back around and head over towards Lakeshore East, the Millennium Park. I wanted to check out this walk in this way. Look how we can get the Aon to the left, the Trump Tower to the right. I'll keep you up to date if they ever change the name on the bottom. I know they removed it from some of the New York properties. But I think Chicago's is different because he pretty much divested himself of it. I don't know why they still got the name on it. But here's the Wanda Vista. We'll go back to see the stair. Here we got the Fort Dearborn's gonna come by, so we'll get a nice view. Look at that view, looking west on the Chicago River. If we pan around here, look at this. We got 2 tour boats in a row heading down the Chicago River. Isn't that nice? Yeah, the widescreen, it makes it all worth it. Here, let me get these screws back here. There, yeah, Fort Dearborn's heading right underneath us. We're on the Columbus Street Bridge here, looking towards the lake. And then, we got some construction here. There, I'm right in the middle here. Let's get the, oh, look at this. We got a pleasure craft on the right. We got the Millennium architectural cruise heading right underneath us. And what a spectacular weather day. Thanks for sharing it with me. We'll check out this boat as it goes right underneath us almost. Wave to the crowd. Yeah, they're checking out the skyline views just like us here. Look at the floral graphics on that boat. Yeah, wouldn't it be an amazing epitaph to that building, and then other people immediately say, what are they going to call it then? Well, we could have a contest to rename it, that would be fun, wouldn't it, Or just call it nothing. We'll just call it the Big Tall Building. Solves a lot of my problems. People are like, why do you always go by? I have to walk by it to get to work. It's been there since 2009, and it's amazing how, I have to call it the Pritzker Bandshell Pavilion because, he's the governor of Illinois, but that's really what it's named, just like that's really the Trump Tower. I have to mention, and I know it goes back to the Sears Tower. People are like, why don't you call it the Willis? But historically it was called the Sears, so historically it's the Sears, now it's called the Willis because of naming rights. I point out that the name changed, and it's names of buildings change all the time. So we'll see if that one changes. It could happen now. Finally, it's a real possibility, And wow, look at this great view we got towards the lake here. You can see the end of Navy Pier off in the distance. That's the Sable Hotel. I'll zoom in here. And yeah, there's the DuSable Lakeshore Drive Bridge across the mouth of the Chicago River. Of course, the Chicago River flows in reverse. And there's the tip of Navy Pier, the Sable Hotel, and the Shakespeare Theater there. Some of the parking at the end there, and the nice housing we got there on either side of the Chicago River. So we'll go over here. Look at this plane. Look at this plane coming right over top of the Equitable building. It's always freaky that all these, you know, the flight patterns for the O'Hare go right over downtown. Often you can look up to the tall buildings and see, you know, people. You can go to the Sears Tower, the Willis Tower, the John Hancock, and go to the observation decks, and you look out and the planes are the same level as the observation decks often, and you're like, man, they're flying pretty close to the downtown. They planted some trees out there. Okay, let's check this out. So this is new. So we'll get great views to Navy Pier from even this far away. We won't have to go to Navy Pier to see it. I'm gonna head over to the front of the St. Regis. Used to be Wanda Vista. Here we'll go by the Swiss Hotel. We're on Wacker Drive. We're on the upper level of Wacker Drive. Yeah, Lakeshore East is all that way. There's the Aqua. We got the sun glare, so I'll film this way until we get past the sun glare here. There we go. So there's the Swiss Hotel entrance. This triangle. Look at this great view to the Aqua. Jeannie Gang's Aqua residential, and the Radisson Blues there. Here's the Swiss Hotel. This is designed by Harry Weiss. The Palm Restaurant's in here, but we'll head towards the St. Regis because they planted some trees out here. There's some trees on the top of Wacker Drive that never used to be here, at least not a year ago, and they might have been there for a while, and it takes me a while. I'm a unobservant man. Sometimes I walk past things and don't even comprehend the changes. And sometimes, you know, isn't it amazing how you can walk past a place and you're like, where did those trees come from? We're on top of a causeway, and it's amazing having trees that large on top of a concrete bridge. Look at the Streeterville skyline there at the tip there. That's all residential. All those buildings except for the Sheridan on the left are residential. Yeah, the new trees at Navy Pier. You're right, they added the trees at Navy Pier. How's it going, Lisa? Sandra, how's it going? Chris, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you're right, Dolores. We still call it the Sears Tower. And Michael, thanks for being on. Look at this. So it's hard to see that we're underneath the Wanda Vista. Here we can see the real, well, it's the St. Regis tower here, 1,100 feet tall. The hotel is at the bottom. They have, of course, the top or the penthouse residential views. Some of those have 360-degree views at the top. And yeah, I just wanted to check out these trees. They planted these trees. Again, we're on there's 3 levels of Wacker Drive here. There's the lowest where they tow the cars. There's the middle where you drive to connect to lower Wacker, the same, that bypasses the loop and gets you from DuSable Lakeshore Drive over to the Eisenhower over there by the post office underground, under the upper level. And then see, you can look right through the bottom of the St. Regis, and we're looking straight up. The three tubes, the one on the right goes 1,100 and the other 2 don't go all the way up. There's a drop-off zone, and we'll walk right through this. I'll show you this. Look at the nice lighting. We'll have to come back here at light night to see the lighting scheme. And you see how you can, the end of Wacker Drive on the upper level, you end up either having to turn there or you can turn around here. See, look, the St. Regis. So this is the I guess this is the hotel portions over here, the St. Regis Hotel. Look at these great views we got to Navy Pier. Great views we got to Lake Point Tower, these along the river, over to the Sheridan, all this residential housing. And look, we got a nice perch here. Look, we can still see the river. We got a great view. This might be a nice spot to see them lift the Vascular drawbridge to let the sailboats in. Look at the beautiful lake. We can see the lake and Navy Pier off in the distance. Yeah, isn't this nice design? Yeah, thanks for appreciating it. That's why we like filming in widescreen. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. I'll lose the comments for a second, but look at that. One boat goes one way, one goes the other way. What a beautiful day to take a boat cruise. There you see Navy Pier off in the distance. Welcome to Chicago. We're looking towards Lake Michigan here, and we're on top of, there you can see Wacker Drive back towards the currently known as Trump Tower. We'll see if it lasts. You see the lower level of Lakeshore Drive, DuSable Lakeshore Drive, in the upper level. And when they built this was built in 1939, or at least they finished it during the Great Depression. Isn't that amazing? They built that during the Great Depression. And the lower level was supposed to be for railroads, because they wanted a railroad connection from, there were giant rail yards here to get to Navy Pier, because that long railroad had to go where that bridge in the upright position on the North Branch snaked all the way along here. And that was the only way to get railroad access to Navy Pier, which it was supposed to be a municipal pier, a shipping pier. But now it's, of course, a pleasure pier. The use has changed, and but the name remains the same. Yeah, I know. Look, it's holding the weight of this. It has to have enough soil for these trees. And then look at the density here. Look at that. And there's one last tower that's supposed to be planned right at that corner. It's supposed to be a tall tower there. They waited to the end because it's, that'll be, they phase this over time. Here's the St. Regis entrance, and we'll walk right underneath this. The whole tower is now called St. Regis. Jeannie Gang, thanks for being on here. Beautiful day. Yeah, let's walk. What time we got? 12:23. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Let's walk underneath here. And so I've walked you through on the lowest level. We've walked. You can also connect to the lower levels of Wacker Drive. You can't connect to the middle section, which is the bypass. We're walking underneath 1,100 feet of towers above us, and we can connect right to this street that gets you around the park here. You can't go right because it's just a pedestrian. There's the Gems World Academy. There's a private school there. There you see the Aqua. There's some cars pulling through here. See how they can just drive right underneath. You can drive right underneath the St. Regis. Look at that. And the trees, they kind of creep along the ground. They spread out to the drip line, but they don't go that deep. They kind of stay along the surface, most of them. That's good information. But you see below us, that's the lowest level. You can go underneath and connect to the lowest level of the 3 levels of Wacker Drive. And then this is Lakeshore East, this park here. We're on this plaza, and so I think there's, which way should I go? Let's go this way. We'll head this way. There's a circular steps. We'll head down into the park here. Yeah, there's underground parking here. I'll kind of show it to you here. And that's why this was planned this way. You see how most of these parking to either side here. If you go underneath here, there's parking underneath where we're at right here, and it's hidden underneath these pedestrian plazas and around the periphery of the Lakeshore East Park here. And there's other areas, same with the Aqua. That's why this whole area, we're raised. We're not on the ground. We're raised 40 feet above the ground, where they could fill up, where it feels like you're in underground parking, but you're actually above the ground, because the ground, we perceive as the ground, is human-made concrete, just like these trees are all on top of it, just like the ones we saw at the end of Wacker Drive there. And it's just planned. This is all planned phase development that was implemented over time. See the whole thing go up, you know. And look at this. Yeah, you could just ride a bike right through. It's great. Look at all these balconies. Yeah, and there's some kids in the Jim's World Academy right to my left. I didn't film them as we walked by there. All the kids were looking at me like, look at this guy live streaming, walking down. What is he doing? There's the Sheridan. See, you can connect right out to Columbus. You can go underneath the Aqua. Here's a great view to the Aqua with the Aeon Tower below it. And then we can go right down these stairs. They circle around. And here, I'll show you here. You look down. There's a tree. And see, that park is pretty much the real ground level. And you see how high up we are. We'll spiral around to get down to the park level. And we'll leave the St. Regis. Yeah, so many levels. It's literally a city stacked. Think of it as like buildings stacked on top of parking that surround a park. And then on the inside, these townhomes, they're not that deep, so the parking could be behind there, and then these interfacing you put in front of the parking to hide the parking. You see there's elevators where you can actually get to the pedway this way. You can go this way and connects to the pedway. All these hotels are connected through the pedway. You can get all the way to Millennium Station that way in the Aeon, and there's even a way you have to go through the metro station to get to the other part that goes to the loop, you know. Here, you know, hopefully this is coming through. Yeah, we need flying cars. I know that was, we all thought we'd be living in space. Or no. Isn't it funny, like all those, you know, his crazy friend there. The Flintstones were prehistoric times. They used dinosaurs. And then, you know, the Jetsons was supposed to be like the Flintstones in the future, you know, and it was the same. It was all variations of a theme, you know. Look at the great Lakeshore East Park here. We got these fountains. Look how nice this looks with the sun. Look at the light coming down here. We got pigeons taking a bath. People lounging on the chairs here. Look at this, yeah. Just hanging out. Oh, they're working on the bricks. Always maintenance. And here's this great lawn here. Lakeshore East, we come here often, but I love filming these fountains, especially when it's such beautiful summer-like weather we're having here in October. They still got the fountains on. So it looks, can I get through here? They got all these, they're replacing the brick. You can see beyond here, they're replacing the brick paving here. So we'll walk through these little rose garden here, or whatever this is. And yeah, we'll head across the great lawn here. But you see, this is pretty much the real ground. And then you see how everything is built up on levels around there. The parking's hidden behind it, and that street drives on top of it. And there you can see it really well. That's you know, the parking's all below there, and then the buildings are above. The Aqua and the Aeon and everything. And the Aeon was like the first phase of this, built way back in the 70s. This used to be railroad yards, and then they land banked it, and it was a driving range. It was a three hall. When I moved to Chicago, there was only these buildings. There was like this building and those two buildings were the only things over here, all by themselves. And if you go really far back, Lakeshore Drive used to come straight north through here, make a 90-degree turn at the river, and then you had to make a 90-degree left to go across the bridge. It was really convoluted, but as we walked underneath, got this nice playground. This is the second already. This is the second iteration. There was this great fountain area, like the other side. Leads over towards lake. Walk here since it's such a beautiful day. Thanks for giving me a break. And I got my strategy. It's already working. I see you. Some of you've already seen. I'm really looking forward to just filming as much Halloween decorations as I possibly can in Lincoln Park, the Gold Coast, other neighborhoods we walk through, you know, and I'll cut out every time I come across an interesting, you know, on an historically, architecturally significant building with the Halloween displays there, I'll cut out the minute clip and we'll create a little TikTok or short on it. Halloween decorations that these people pay for, which is amazing because we haven't even seen the really nice ones yet. We just got a taste of it this morning. I need to cut out that giant figure they had in that yard. It was perfectly placed with the trees. So far, that's my favorite one I've seen so far, but we're going to see some really good Halloween decorations here in all the great neighborhoods we walk through. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. And even the squirrel on Michigan Avenue. All these, we need more of that. We need more of that in the world. Just fun stuff. I missed the La Katrina statue, the La Katrina Day of the Dead statue. She was great, but they moved her. We knew they were going to move her, and it finally happened. So that's why I was made sure to document that when she was there. But we got the squirrel now. So here we'll cross the wide Randolph here, and we'll get you views to the Chicago skyline with this beautiful weather. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, landscape makes it so much nicer. Like, especially you'll see when I walk across the BP pedestrian bridge. That's what the corporate branding is for it. I shouldn't call it that because just like the Sears Willis, just call it the pedestrian bridge. But yeah, here we are in the cancer survivors garden here. They got all kinds of signage. I did take my mother to this place, and she was in remission at that time, and we were celebrating that, the cancer survivors park. And so she was able to see this because it was built before she passed. And you know, all the people affected with cancer, or you know, families and friends and people we know, cancer touches everybody, and we're all still pulling for everybody dealing with this horrible affliction. And well, they got nice landscaping here. If I walk through here, there's some trees here, but there's really nice views to the skyline here from the Maggie Daly Cancer Survivors Park. She used to come to it as well. The former wife of the second mayor Daly of Chicago. Yeah, thanks for no, we got to talk about this stuff. You know, sometimes people ask, they don't know where I'm coming from, you know, and got to be talk about what happens in the real world here. Here's yeah, look at the view to the skyline here. I don't know what this fan's doing here. I guess they're working on something. But yeah, see, it's a nice, you can just sit here. It's a very quiet, peaceful spot here. You can contemplate and look, no dogs allowed. No dogs allowed in Millennium Park, I guess. I don't know. Hey, they're doing some exercises. Yeah, they're having a picnic. See all these picnic tables? You can sit over here and go over to the little playground, have a picnic, you know. You know me, I'm all about stuff that's free. Free candy in the van, yeah. You see all those TikToks, people lip sync to that funny comedian, you know. Get in the van. They got candy. Well, I'm going in. That's funny. It's always a crazy 70s van trying to give candy to the kids. Get in the van. Don't get in the van. Never good. Hey, they're playing music. Let's just check out the so isn't it amazing? So let's mark this down. So here we are at the beginning of October. It's 80. I'm hot. It's 80, above 80 degrees. Looks like summer. The trees haven't changed yet. We got bright sunshine. And here's the ice skating ribbon, and it's No one's rollerblading on it. They have it set up for, look, ride the ribbon. You can ride your little scooter on it, inline skate. You know, it's just it's much more active for when they convert it over to ice skating, and that's why I said let's mark this down. So here we are at the beginning of October. Let's see if by Thanksgiving they have it converted to ice skating, and people will be ice skating on it by Thanksgiving. So I'll keep you up to date when they convert this out back to ice. They'll get the Zamboni out. The Zamboni's sitting right there, and they'll be playing music and have some lights. Oh, Vermont's having peak trees. That's good. Well, yeah, Vermont's further north, and the beautiful mountains up there in Vermont. I bet the fall colors are beautiful. They're hitting their peak. That's nice. But see how you could just enter here. You bring your own roller skates. You can bring your little scooter for the kids and scoot around. Look at the skyline views we got here. Yeah. Check someone into the boards. They got the climbing walls. I have seen people use the climbing walls, but not today. And but yeah, in the wintertime you can rent your ice skates right here, bring your own. If you bring your own, it doesn't cost anything. Enter at your own risk. Yeah, there's nice restrooms in there. You can sit on these benches and but here we'll head over to the pedestrian bridge. We'll walk across it here. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Millennium Park. Nothing big. I'm being like a tourist, just walking past the usual sights and sounds here, Millennium Park. Enjoying this beautiful weather. There's the Sears Willis Tower. See, look, they show all these people riding scooters on there. I guess you can. I didn't know they wanted people riding. Hey, might as well ride a scooter there. Rent and ride, micro, Daily Park. Look at the scale of these buildings. Yeah, they added the top floors to Blue Cross Blue Shield. I remember when that was shorter. There's a few people over here. Yeah, that's Columbus Drive. Look, you can see through the trees. There, you can see the diamond-shaped stone container, Smurfit Stone building. Again, the historical. Yeah, climbing walls are hard for me. I got the wrong body type. I guess I got too much upper body belly. I see people that are really good at rock climbing. They're usually pretty thin and lanky, and then you can really, you know, I weigh too much for rock climbing. My body was built for lifting large boulders like a caveman. The old farmer's back. But here they got more picnic tables over here. You got a ring cafe. Yeah, and more benches, and you just stroll through here. Yeah, they're gonna check it out. You got the wee portalettes, but again, if you go over, there's real restrooms with flushing toilets right inside the place where you rent the ice skates. Look, we'll go across the titanium clad. Yeah, Sears Tower, the historical name. They're the company that built it. You know, they still call the Chrysler building the Chrysler building. Remember the Pan Am building in New York City? The Pan Am building, you see it right behind the Grand Central Terminal. You know, I wonder if anybody still calls it the Pan Am building. You know, Pan Am's no longer a company, as we all know. Nothing lasts. Same pretty much for Sears. But here, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, great lawn. Everything's branded, corporately branded over here. They call this the BP Bridge. We'll walk right across it. It's got great views. Get you across Columbus Avenue, and you can ease right into Millennium Park with style. Great views to the Pritzker Pavilion there. We'll snake around here and see what we can see. I hear a helicopter, but it's over by the lakefront there. And you see how warm it gets. You know, this grass, it kind of reflects all the heat, and you can really feel the heat reflected in here when the sun shines, you know. And I've seen that grass. There must be really heat tolerant grass in there. You see where we're at over here. Yeah, the skyline, that's what makes this all worth it. This is a perfect placement for the pedestrian bridge to get you up over the wide Columbus Avenue. Look at these spectacular skyline vistas with the band shell there. And then you can see the bridge too, you know. Look at that. It's right where we walk across. And then you can look down. We can see there's the 1000M residential tower in the South Loop. It's right on Michigan Avenue there. It's topping out. It's not 1,000 feet tall, but it's close. And it's 1000M because that's the address. It's 1000 South Michigan. And that's why they branded it that way. Look at that. Nice skyline views. One of the best skylines in the world right there. And people are like, what's a skyline? You know, Skyline Chili in Cincinnati. There you can look down. Look at the South Loop skyline. Look how. Let's zoom in here. Let's get that. There's your. I remember when like there was only 2 buildings down there and it was like wide open. And look at it now. It's like that skyline alone would be taller than most of the skylines in other cities. And it's just a small portion of Chicago's skyline. And then of course we're not seeing the Michigan Avenue skyline, which is hidden. It's all behind these buildings. You can't even see to the John Hancock, you know. And yeah, speak the truth. That's the truth. Lily Tomlin. She'd sit in that big rocking chair, tell a fib. There, look at these nice views to the band shell. The seating there. Yeah, that's the truth. Lily Tomlin's great. Just no one messes it up. Edith Ann, there, Edith Ann. She was speaking that little kid's voice. There's the bean. Yeah, they're still working on the bean. We showed that before. Of course, it's going to be under construction. They're redoing the plaza area, not the bean itself. We talked about that. Here, let's see if we got 1246. And I'm losing my connection there a little bit, and hopefully I didn't cut out there. You know, we do have still some streaming issues even with YouTube. YouTube seems to be a little better than TikTok, but thanks if I cut out there for a second. Thanks for bearing with me there. Went through the shadow zone, the bean shadow, whatever the bean shadow is. I always lose my connection around here for some reason. I really want to film the Lurie Gardens. We'll see. I'll gingerly walk through here. We'll see if we can film it here really quickly. And, it says I'm at 38 kilobits a second, so we'll give it a try here. And they didn't really have this on much this year. They had this canal thing. People would throw coins in it and dip their feet in it. It's all good? Good. You guys are betting Cokes? That's good. Michael and Jonathan, that's great. But here, look, we made it to the Lurie Gardens, and my stream is holding out. In times past, I've tried to stream in here and I lose my connection. But look at the fall wildflower plantings here at the Lurie Gardens. It's looking nice, and you see how you can see right to the Art Institute of Chicago. And this is on top of parking as well. This is a green roof on top of a parking deck. And even though this seems like the ground, we're really on top of a parking garage. And they took the topmost level and turned it into this tall grass naturalistic planting area. And get these nice panoramic views all around. And my allergies are holding up. I mean, man, imagine the pollen and mold count right here. But it's beautiful. And yeah, you get these little alcoves you can sit. You can walk by these paths that along the hedge perimeter. And oh, the old saying, yeah, Halloween. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm on a mission now. My new mission is to film as many Halloween decorations in the beautiful housing we walk by, and then I'll cut out the footage, post it, and then we can do a contest, see which ones rise to the top. And yeah, so many people love Halloween, wait for this time of the year, the fall. We haven't even gotten to the changing of the leaves, I guess, in Vermont. Yeah, Vermont's in peak, so it's heading this way. Later this month, usually around Halloween, is when we start hitting our peak here. These trees, they specifically planted them here. They'll be yellows and reds, and it'll be beautiful, as they are in spring as well. You know, they purposely planted these species of trees to really pop. There you see a red one over there that's already starting to change. Here we're at the Pritzker Pavilion here, the band shell. And yeah, haunted Chicago. Yeah, there's a lot of haunted places. Everything's haunted. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go by here. So they got the cranes going here. Let's head over. Let's take a peek above the fence at the bean. We'll see if they made some progress clearing out that rubble, and we'll see what the plaza's looking like. Man, they got big giant chunks. Look at these giant chunks of concrete. They're cleaning out the bean here. Look at this. So again, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Millennium Park. We'll give you a little update, and then we raise the arm here. See if I can get above the fence here. And we'll give you a peek at the construction progress of the bean here. Here, I'll get further down so we can get beyond that fence there. So it looks like they got giant chunks. See, this shows you why it's going to take so long. And I think those chunks, are they foam? That might be foam. Here we go. We got a gap. So I can get the phone in there. Look at that. Look at this giant. I thought that was concrete. I think it's giant chunks of foam, like styrofoam. But there, I can go over the fence a little bit there. Yeah, she's filming it too. There, I'm missing some comments there. Yeah, it's a nice view. Yeah, we're checking out. Checking out the progress. Yeah, look at this. Look at this thing. Right in front of the bean there. Lifting some rubble into the truck here. Yeah, get that stuff out of here. It's nice. Oh, it's loud. Yeah, it'll be nice when it's done. Yeah, hopefully by spring. We'll see how long it takes them. There's a little update on the bean construction there. Here we got you can still sit outside here. They still got the outdoor beer garden here, and you can look at pictures of the bean. Yeah, you go to Casa Bonita Cantina right here, Millennium Park. Here, I'll give you one last view. We'll look down this way. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, he's filming the same thing. You can film right through the fence here. Sounds of the city, sirens all around. Yeah. Oh, I know. You gotta get hard. sorry. Yeah, it's working hard. The caterpillar makes some good equipment. Yeah. Yeah, the Chicago fire. Evidence of that's why all Millennium Park. This was land that was. They pushed out the rubble from the Great Chicago Fire. This used to be part of the lake, you know, and so much of the lakefront is reclaimed land, you know. Even before the Dutch started doing it in the Netherlands. Here, we'll head down through this. Let's see if my connection holds out here. Sometimes I lose my connection here. Yeah, I need a hard hat. I'm getting too close. I do have a hard hat. That's how I'm out to talk my way on the construction sites. Yeah. This has been here for a while. They got this sculpture here. It says something about it here. Edra Soto, the screen house. See, it's been here since 2019. And that's what this is, this little screen house. It's just this little sculptural thing. They got little benches you can sit on and stuff, and you can walk right through this. The doors get really small. I have to crouch down on the other side. But it's kind of an interesting pattern. Yeah. Yeah, carry a ladder. Yeah, carry a ladder. Wear a hard hat. Look like you know what you're doing. Say, I need to talk to the super. I'm a union delegate. Come on, let me on site here. I need to do an inspection. You know. Ah! There's the Rosebud. Wild berries over there. There's Wilson, which is in the Prudential. There's the Rock. And then, yeah, look, this is taking shape. They've been working on this all year. We've been showing this restaurant that's, I don't even know what there's the L going by. Look at this. Hold on a second there. There's the L going by. Across Randolph. Scenes of the city. I wish that bus shelter wasn't in the way. There we go. Got the tail end of it there. Horns honking. Welcome to the city. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Axel Foley stole a house like that. You just talk your way in. He was so great at that. Yeah, the Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, you speak with authority, talk fast, keep putting the questions back to people. Why aren't you letting me in? You know, he was a Detroit cop. I mean, come on, that's how you know. You got to bend the rules, right? Yeah, no, probably not. I'm not recommending that. Not recommending that. It worked for the movie, you know. Oh, Eddie Murphy. Look at that. Look at that. That's a giant. That's a giant restaurant. Look at that location, right at Michigan and Randolph, the closest restaurant to Millennium Park, at least at the north end here. We'll see what it becomes. You know. I'll give you the scoop as soon as I find out what this becomes. It's all these post no bills. There we are. We're back at Michigan Avenue. We're back at the yeah, you carry a ladder to get over the fence. That's how you get in a Lollapalooza. You just storm the gate, critical mass. You carry a ladder. You say, hey, I'm working on the lights. I'm backstage. You know, I got a VIP. I'm a roadie. I'm with the band. Yeah, look at this view. Classic view looking up Michigan Avenue. Hey, fall into Yum. Go to Garrett's since 1949, yeah. Get your popcorn here. Michigan Avenue, you got so many outlets all throughout the city. Yes. You drove a scissor lift? Wow, that's good. Yeah, that's important stuff. A lot of construction going on all throughout the whole nation. Think of all the transportation projects going on right now. It's amazing. And construction, we're still, you know, we walked through the West Loop yesterday. Look at all the construction still going on in the West Loop right now. New housing. I mean, it's nuts. You know, all this stuff being built despite the weird economy. It's just still a weird inflation. I don't know. But we'll embrace the weirdness. Thanks for being on for the nice lunch cruise. Look, 12:58. We did that all in an hour. Thanks for coming along on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll check out more haunted houses, the decorations. Looking forward to a nice October Halloween season here. And yeah, wear a ski lift. Yeah, just wear a lanyard. Have like an ID. Say, here's my pass. And thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of the day. We'll try TikTok tonight, and then we'll keep on trucking. So appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being on, and we'll talk to you later from Chicago. Thanks a lot. All right, talk to you later.